안녕하세요. 고양이담요 고담입니다. 자, 오늘 이제 드디어 호라이즌 포비든 웨스트 엔딩을 볼 거고요. 지난번 영상이랑 조금 달라진 점은 대장간의 몰락 풀강을 했고요. 풀강을 했고 약간씩 강화를 했습니다. 다 하진 않고 약간씩 뭐 이거 2강 돼 있고 이거 2강, 이거 1강 요 정도. 그다음에 의상을 4강에서 5강으로 강화를 하나 더 올렸고요. 그렇고 사냥터 미션 다 했고 결국엔 다 했어. 다 했고 그런 것 같아요. 네, 그 이해는 뭐 다른 건 없는 것 같은데 스킬 포인트가 여전히 모자랍니다. 아마도 마지막 퀘스트를 하면은 다 되지 않을까 싶은데 지금 모자란 게 10포인트 10포인트 정도가 모자라거든요. 요게 마지막 퀘스트까지 되면은 그 정도 나오는지 모르겠네요. 그게 아니라면 제가 심부름을 안 했다는 건데 못 받은 게 있어서 쩝. 자, 이제 동료들 한 대 모아서 이제 출발을 할 건데요. 가기 전에 우리 마지막으로 한번 대화 한 번씩 나누죠.
You think we can talk?
오케이.
Hey, I was hoping you'd show up.
어?
I have something for you
뭐야?
to commemorate our mission. We did good together.
Yeah, we did.
오.
You, talked to Tilda at all?
I tried. I don't think even a hot forge could melt that ice. And you say she wants to help?
I think so. Well, let's hope. Doesn't look like any of our guests are making trouble.
Yet. So, Catalo tells me you flew. Well, that's new. I've been busting my balls trying to learn to read. You're out there having all the fun.
Don't worry. They'll be getting all the fun you can handle soon. With the Zeniths.
Looking forward to it.
I guess Silence is keeping to himself, as usual.
I was hoping he'd give me an excuse to hammer his sorry ass to the ground.
Please don't.
You telling me you wouldn't want to get just one good hit on that smug face of
아유,
his?
때리고 싶진
After
않아.
everything he's done?
Sure. Later. Right now, he's got something we need.
그래, 나중에 때리자. 나중에.
Do you think so will be okay?
I don't think anyone's ever okay after losing the one they love. I can't tell you she's handling it better than I ever did. That keeps the rest of us level-headed.
다들 뭐 잘 지내긴 하나 보네요.
What's wrong with your shoulder?
Yeah, it hurts a little. Yeah, maybe a lot.
What'd you do?
Well, I tried to arm wrestle with Catalo.
Yeah, maybe that wasn't such a great idea.
I was just curious to see if that new arm of his was as strong as it looked. Turns out it really is.
기계잖아. 당연하지. 당연히 세지 기계인데.
I should go.
I'm here if you need me.
이따 부를게. 자, 조는 괜찮은지 한번. 발알이 죽어가지고.
Aloy, it appears that we have some interesting new guests. I'm glad to see you're okay, though. I heard you gave the Tanakh something to talk about. I was half expecting you to burst in through the ceiling riding a sunwing.
Sorry to disappoint. Thoughts on our new Zenith acquaintance?
I'd say she smells like death, but even death smells of something. She's more like a cold piece of metal, bent on repelling all semblance of life.
She's definitely different.
이거 뭐 새로운 대화가 있으려나? 온전한 땅의 신?
How to go with the chorus after we fixed the land gods?
They were shocked when I told them that our lands would soon be on the
별 차이
mend.
없네요.
I thought Fane's eyes would pop out of his head. But of course they had no choice but to take it as good news, even if it meant all their preaching about meekly accepting our doom was exposed as rot. To be honest, I found the conversation to be highly enjoyable.
I'm glad. You deserve it. They're lucky that you never gave up on saving them. Ready to head over to the Zenith base?
Whatever comes, we will endure.
Have you talked to any of our new friends?
Aaron and I tried speaking to Silence, but apparently our tribal prattle is unnecessary.
Charming, isn't he?
강냉이 털고 싶은 매력이 있지.
How's Aaron doing?
For a moment there, he thought he'd lost both you and Varl. But he never truly succumbed to despair. Guess that Oseram's stubbornness comes in handy sometimes.
Anything interesting happen while I was away?
Aaron told us how you tracked down the Oseram supplying Regala with machines. In fact, he's quite adamant about relating the tale at least twice a day. But I can tell it meant a lot that you asked for his help.
I wouldn't have been able to track them down if it wasn't for him. I have to go. I trust you to keep things civil around here.
I'll make sure Aaron doesn't punch Silence in the face, if that's what you mean.
Thanks.
곧 출발할 거야. 준비하고 있어.
Aloy, do you have a moment? You flew? Kotalo told me. And took out Regala's machines? You know what? I don't even know why I'm surprised. I saw we have visitors and a new weapon. Does this mean we're ready to take the fight to the Zeniths?
Almost.
Oh, and I wanted to give you this for helping me get the data on Leviathan. I didn't really know what to give you, so I asked Zoe what you might like.
Thanks, Alva. I'll put it to good use.
뭐 줬지? 그러니까 쟤 누구냐? 잠깐만.
I need to wrap up a few things.
에렌드도 나한테 뭐 줬는데?
I'll be ready when you call.
어? 둘 다 갑옷 줬나? 아 그렇네. 노라 추적자를 에렌드가 준 것 같고 우타르 수호자를 지금 알반 뭐 아무튼 갑옷 받았을 거예요. 갑옷이 3개네. 이거 제가 아마 받고 나서 확인 안 한 것 같은데 무기나 갑옷 중에 뭐 하나 준 것 같아요. 근데 뭐 전설급은 아니고.
Is this a bad time to talk?
Not at all.
I suppose you saw that Tilda is here. Our very own Zenith.
I almost went up to her to ask her, well, every question I've ever had about the legacy. Every diviner I know would kill to get 5 minutes with one of the old ones. But now that she's here, all I feel is a vague unease. I don't know if I'm scared of finding out more uncomfortable truths or just scared of her. Probably both.
Have you looked through the data we recovered on Leviathan?
There is much to sort through still, but I believe we'll be able to get it operational and turn back the floods. And I've given more thought to everything we've uncovered about the ancestors. The overseers would have us believe they were infallible paragons. But Pharaoh wasn't. Not even close. His greed led to machines that devoured the world. The archive of the Old One's knowledge destroyed, just to erase his mistakes. So, when we learned that Eileen had a hand in covering up hundreds of deaths, I started to think they were all the same. Selfish, egotistical, cruel. But, in the end, it's not that simple. The truth isn't a straight line of ink on a crisp scroll. It's a splatter, smudged and faded on stained parchment. I wish more Quen could see that, instead of looking the other way or twisting the truth to serve their own schemes.
I doubt Bohai would agree with you.
No, nor the rest of the Board of Overseers. As Eileen said, it's easier to believe the lie is truth, but it's worth fighting for. And this diviner, at least, won't settle for anything less. For that, I thank you, Aloy.
오케이.
So, all of the tribes here are new to you?
Yes, I've been studying up on them. The most fascinating one thus far has been the Tanacht, an entire culture based on the holograms of an ancient museum. There's much they've misinterpreted, not unlike the Quen. But still, there's a nobility to what they've become. They're honorable and fearless.
And deadly. You you sure you're okay going on this mission? I know things must be happening pretty fast for you.
그치, 후반에 합류했으니까.
Already braved oceans and madmen who thought they were ancestors reborn. Why not a few immortals with lethal drones at their command too?
Guess the more the merrier. You
긍정적이네.
okay?
I was wondering, is it really safe having someone like Regala here? She seems angry. The kind of
레갈라 와
anger
있음?
that leads to murdering people in their sleep.
Don't worry. We're going to point that anger in the right direction. The Zeniths.
If you say so.
If you say so.
I hope our new guests have been behaving.
This Silence, he's the one who built the weapon that can take down Zenith shields?
He is. Though I wouldn't expect him to answer any questions about it. He refuses to dole out his secrets to us lesser mortals.
Oh.
Oh.
You know that special part of us that makes us warm, kind, welcoming?
Our spirit?
Yeah. He was born without that.
영혼 없는 애야.
How are you holding up?
Varl's loss is heavy on everyone's mind. I didn't know him well, but I can see how much he meant to the others.
아, 얘는 바르를 본 적이
Zoe and Aaron seem to have taken to it the hardest. But I don't
봤잖아,
know
얘도.
what to say to them.
별로 못
I
봤구나.
need time to sort through it.
And what about you? Will time heal your wounds?
I don't know. I try not to think about it. We won't let the Zeniths get away with what they've done.
Everyone's ready to take the fight to the enemy.
And you?
Nervous? But I'm ready too.
Don't worry. We'll get through this together.
아,
I should head out.
Right. I have archives to get back to.
좀 이따 부를게. 그리고 다음은 어디 있습니까?
Did you need something?
이 자식아.
Bravo.
브라보.
You managed to sway a Zenith to your side. Care to explain?
Not a chance. I thought you said the weapon was ready.
There's always room to optimize. But that's not why you're here. I assume you want to comprehend my undertakings. So, ask away.
Since when were you so forthcoming?
Since you turned this into a waiting game. And as it seems you have found modest success, perhaps I'm willing to be generous.
아이고 관대하셔라.
Tell me about the weapon. How does it work?
I've upgraded the delivery system. It now emits a wave-like effect covering a significant distance.
That doesn't fully answer my question.
No, but I'd be a fool to reveal its inner workings. After all, why did you withhold your plan for dealing with the Zenith drones? Yes, even you can appreciate the value of secrecy when warranted. Suffice it to say that the weapon will work. The intricacies of how is knowledge that is mine alone.
Okay, so your big plan, everything you've been manipulating for the last few months. Let me see if I got this straight. You learned about the Zeniths from Hades when you interrogated it. Then you came up with a plan to defeat them by using a Tenakth army and that weapon. And to get the Tenakth to fight for you, or rather the sons of Prometheus, armed Regala's rebels with override tech.
Did you have an actual question, or are you still playing catch-up?
So
Oh,
all this
진짜.
time, even before I found the coordinates at the spire, you were out here scheming. Why couldn't you just tell me?
When I learned of the Zenith's return to Earth, I laid out my plans. I knew I would one day require an army of overzealous Tenakth to assault the Zenith base. The casualties would be extreme. And I knew you would never allow such a sacrifice, no matter how necessary. Thus, I devised a means to remove your interference from the equation. At the Hades Proving Lab.
You wanted me to surrender to the Zenith at the Hades Proving Lab. They almost killed me.
Based on everything I knew about them, I concluded they would find you a useful asset, thereby keeping you out of harm's way and, more importantly, out of my way.
So you really didn't know they had their own clone of Elizabeth?
No. Unfortunately, there was no way I could have
시시콜콜한 내용이야 그게?
Detail? Well, I guess if it wasn't for that, we wouldn't be here today. Why create the Sons of Prometheus? You didn't need a Sarah to make override tech.
They were a necessary safeguard. My time serving Hades in the Eclipse demonstrated the risks of getting directly involved. Through the Sons of Prometheus, I could execute my plans, all while remaining anonymous.
Except to a Sarah. All right, Silence.
잠깐만.
I'll let you know when it's... And I don't need the two of you butting heads.
Ah, yes. I wonder if you understand what kind of person you're dealing with. For someone to live as long as she has, outlast as many calamities, well, your goals may be aligned now, but I'd watch for the moment they diverge.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Survival is only a necessity to my greater purpose, Aloy. I'd hoped you'd recognize that by now.
Do you know something or not?
Oh, I know a great deal of things. But on this, just call it a feeling.
Oh, a feeling. You mean you finally had one? Huh. Guess even you can change, Silence.
절 물어봤어. 잠깐만 실수야.
Something else?
How did you get a Sarah to work for you?
I knew there was an associate of the Oseram tinker Durval, who escaped his failed assault on Meridian. It was trivial to track her down and gain her cooperation. She wanted to succeed where Durval had failed.
So you promised her Regala and the Tenakth. The Sarah would help you create a machine-riding army and wanted to see Meridian burn as much as she did.
And so a partnership was born out of thirst for blood, bonded in mutual self-interest.
You think you had everything figured out, huh?
I did.
Why help Regala take over? If you wanted an army, you could have just gone to Hikaru.
Before Regala's rebellion, Hikaru was only concerned with battling machines and fostering friendships with Akarja. Even if I gained his ear, he would never agree to send his forces to battle a threat he couldn't understand.
So helping a bloodthirsty exile was easier.
Yes, exceedingly so. All Regala craved was war against the Karja and anyone who threatens the Tenakth. She would have led the tribe into battle without question, which was precisely what I needed.
이 양반 때문에 사실 지금까지 이 난리가 일어난 건데.
While I was out there, I had a couple run-ins with the Quen.
The tribe from across the ocean. And?
Their entire tribe was shaped around the discovery of focuses. One of them, Alva, even joined me here. Don't you want to know more about them?
No. They stumbled upon the greatest technological artifact from the ancient world, and what did they do with it? They shrouded the knowledge they unearthed in mysticism and taboo, creating a pantheon out of corporate shills.
Yes, well, it also led them to Thebes.
Did it now?
So those run-ins with the Quen I mentioned. On one of them I teamed up with their expedition to search Thebes. We found Pharaoh at the end.
You must have needed Omega clearance. So, what was it like?
Worse than you can imagine.
He single-handedly wiped out collective human knowledge. I'm sure it was still less than he deserved.
Let me guess. You would have scraped him into a jar so you could prod his brain, like what you did with Hades.
For a start.
I'll be going.
As you wish.
강냉이 털어야 되는데 저거. 아이. 그 다음에 레갈라가 와 있다면 어디 있으려나? 지하?
This place
역시 여기네.
no sand or wind, only without steel. And the others up there, your squad.
They can hold their own. And as for this base, it may not be what you're used to, but it is a shelter.
Call it what it is. A cage.
You came here on your own.
For the battle you promised. So for now I wait in my cage for your word. Tell me when to strike.
The whole time I've been in the West, I've been fighting you and your rebels. I'd at least like to know why.
You were among the enemy. What more is there to know?
Why did you do it?
Dorak, Jiroka, Makalo, and the Karja pushed into the desert to raid our people. My brother's squad was among the first to intercept them. But the Karja captured them, strung them up, and burned them alive as an example. It was too late. I found them by the sound of their screams.
So you wanted vengeance?
Vengeance? No. I wanted devastation. To tear down the Karja's cities and drown the land in blood. Hunt down every last survivor and grind their bones until the sky chokes on the dust. But my chief betrayed me. Betrayed the Tanakh.
아니 그러면 카르자를 공격하지 왜 테낙스 자기 동족들한테 그러냐고.
How did Hikaru betray you?
Hikaru called on the clans to resist the Karja's red raids. But we did more than just defend. We hunted them, and they fled as children before a pack of claw striders all the way to their border. There we ripped down their stone walls. Their domain was ours for the taking. But when it came time to push on, Hikaru ordered us to fall back. What soldier retreats when slaughter is at hand?
The kind who wants peace for their people.
Peace is just a lull between vendettas. But I thought my chief had greater tactics in mind, so I stood by him, even when he allowed that filthy Karja to join our ranks.
Fashav.
I enjoyed watching him die at the embassy. He should have been put down when we first captured him on the field. Instead, Hikaru made him a marshal.
Fashav told me how he became a marshal. He earned it just like any Tanakh.
It was an insult. No outlander can ever deserve to wear our armor, bear our marks. And then a Karja messenger was brought before us? That's when I knew. I had to run my blade through Hikaru and drag his treacherous corpse to the gates of the sun.
왜 자꾸 얘기 끝나면 앉는 거야?
What happened when the Karja messenger appeared before Hikaru?
The quivering priest bore a message from their new king. No more war. No more raids. Suddenly the Karja wanted to talk peace. An embassy at the very fortress we tore down. A true Tanakh would never take a Karja truce. Their blood exists to be spilled. But Hikaru lapped up the priest's message. He showed himself a Karja-loving traitor when he accepted. That's when I challenged him.
And lost.
His mercy was just another sign of his weakness. I vowed never to rest until the debt was repaid, with him on his knees before me. So with an army of soldiers and machines at my back, I returned. The day you got in my way.
The deal you made. Override tech in exchange for an assault on the Zenith base. How did Silence approach you?
That name means nothing to me. My agreement was with the Asura Masera and their sons of Prometheus.
So all this time, you didn't even know who you were really dealing with? And you trusted an outlander?
If it was a trick, I would have crushed her. But she spoke with the same burning hatred for the Karja. And she offered me the chance to run them down with machines. The terror in your enemy's eyes when they see you charge. You know what I'm talking about. I bet you felt it.
I don't think so. What about your end of the deal? Would you have honored it?
Had I killed Akaro and become chief, these Zeniths would have been the first of the tribe's victories. But because of you, my people will continue to consort with the enemy. A tribe of weaklings.
Because of me, hundreds of Tenakth won't throw away their lives in a battle they can't win. Are you really going to fight alongside me?
I have no reason to betray you.
Really?
I failed to kill Hakaro, failed to eliminate you. No Tenakth would follow me now. The Karja remain out of my reach, cowering behind their walls. All I have left are the screams of those long dead and unending rage. So show me where to bury it.
All right. I guess we'll both face the end soon enough.
Ever since you got in my way, I've wanted to see your bones burned white beneath the sun. But if I'm to die in battle, then it might as well be with the one who flew with the wings of the 10.
I'll let you know when it's time to move out.
그래도 살려준 보람이 있네요. 뭐 이것저것 내용 얘기도 듣고 성의 없이 그냥 전투에만 참가하지 않을까 싶었는데 그래도 뭐 이렇게 얘기할 기회가 있네. 잠깐만, 저도 미리미리 좀 준비 좀 하겠습니다. 요거를 끼게요. 강인함, 상태 이상 저항력, 아니면은 방어막 전개. 400이면 근데 금방 터질 것 같은데. 2초마다 체력 회복 80에 저항력 있는 게 나을 것 같아. 자, 다 해봤나 이제 대화를? 아, 코탈로. 어디 있어? 아, 얘도 있구나.
There you are.
여긴 뭐야?
According to this console, there are still thousands of plant samples stored deep below the facility. Maybe one day we can access them
오,
after we get Gaia
Your
and
friend out
Hephaestus
there, the
back.
Oseram. He is quite loud. Well done, Aloy. Despite my reservations, you managed to secure Silence and his weapon. You're truly a shining example of Liz's fortitude.
I've been thinking about what you said at your house. How you were friends with Elizabeth. It was more than that, wasn't it?
Perceptive as ever. You're right, we were together for a time.
Okay, so what happened?
I was an orphan. I had always been alone. By my 30s, I was starting to wonder if that was simply my fate in life. And then I met Liz. We kept running into each other at conferences. We'd have coffee. At some point, it became drinks. I thought it was just shop talk, an exchange of ideas, but then I was surprised at how much I looked forward to seeing her. Soon we were flying halfway across the world every other week just to meet up. For the first time, I didn't feel lonely. I could imagine a future where I wasn't. I think Liz felt the same way at first. She had lost her mother a few years back. I filled a void for her.
I know I did. But as time passed, it seemed as though she wanted less, and I wanted more. And so we ended things.
So helping me, restoring Elizabeth's dream. It's what,
A second chance, yes. I made a mistake leaving Earth while Liz stayed behind. I should have done more. So when I saw you, a woman who has carved her own remarkable path, beyond even what made Liz a phenomenon, I knew I had to help you. To do right by her.
약간 애매하네요. 뭔가 약간 엘리자베트가 레즈는 아니었나? 약간 이런 의심이 좀 들긴 하는데 확실하진 않아.
why did you make the data channel look like your house?
I built that house as a shelter to weather any storm. A safe place, not just for me, but for the art stored in its depths. Cultural artifacts of incalculable value. Truly, some of the greatest achievements of human civilization.
And you wanted Beta to see them?
Yes. Her upbringing was so cold and technical. I thought if she could experience Vermeer and Rembrandt, it would bring something else into her life. A heritage every bit as valuable as the scientific and technical data being drummed into her. I'm sorry I had to cut off contact, but I'll never regret sharing this house with her. She needed its shelter even more than I did.
You said before that you're not like the other Zeniths. That you never were. But you went along with all of their plans.
Out of necessity. I'm not proud of it. But complicity became a means of survival, both when Earth was consumed and when the colony on Sirius was destroyed. I did what I had to. But I resolved to remain one step ahead of the others, to try to undo what damage I could. Hence the data channel with Beta. The secret passage into their base and the little trick I pulled to save you.
Why do you think Elizabeth pulled away?
I've wondered that for 1,000 years. She was brilliant, visionary. She cared so deeply for the world, for the betterment of humanity. But it also felt like she kept everyone at arm's length, including me. She never wanted to share her burdens. I think, in the end, she had a core that she never let anyone be part of. Sometimes I wonder if anyone really knew her.
I found a recording of you and Elizabeth back in the proving lab after Farzineth's attempt to steal Gaia.
Yes. A most unpleasant conversation.
She said something after the call. I think she regretted how things ended between you.
Did she? All this time, thank you for telling me. I've always hated that those were the last words we ever said to each other. And that her last impression of me was as a functionary of Far Zenith, not who I truly am.
When it's time to break into the Zenith base, what can we expect?
I'll go over the full layout once you've assembled your friends. Suffice it to say, we will need to push as fast as possible to Beta and Gaia's location, dealing with heavy resistance along the way. There are also printing facilities where the others have been amassing the natural resources they've stripped from the region.
What for?
First for use in the base's infrastructure, and then to fabricate more Spectre drones, a small army of them.
When I was out in the wilds, I saw a shuttle take off from the island, heading for space.
It was likely ferrying materials to and from our ship in orbit. After hundreds of years luxuriating in our digital comforts, the ship was barely space-worthy when we made our escape. Disaster can strike at any moment. We've learned our lesson.
Have you figured out how Silence's weapon works?
No, and he's been very careful not to allow me near it. I'll admit it bothers me, but regardless of how it functions, I am confident it will deactivate the other shields en masse.
How many of them are in the base?
10, including Eric and Gerard. Only a handful of us made it to our ship when our colony collapsed.
꼴랑 10명이야 그러면 전체가?
So, Eric. Was he always a bloodthirsty psychopath?
I believe he got worse over time. On Earth, he was the founder of a profitable private military company. A band of cutthroats, in other words. Even as governments abandoned human combatants in favor of automated warfare. He found success with clientele that required a more personal touch. There were also rumors that he personally hunted and killed his targets. On occasion, all for the thrill of it. But on Sirius, he retreated to virtual reality simulations. In them, he could go on rampages as violent as he pleased, though I suspect with diminishing satisfaction.
All of his tribe believes he was one of the greatest people from the old world.
Then they would be quite disappointed to meet him, though I'm sure he'd bask in the adoration.
What can you tell me about Gerard?
He was the head of the world's largest financial conglomerate, and as such had dealings with almost every major corporation. It made him one of the wealthiest people on Earth, and certainly the wealthiest among Far Zenith.
What does one person do with that much money?
Buy more power, more influence. Gerard's always believed himself to be a refined patrician, able to maintain control with a polished smile. But beneath that exterior is a cold and calculating operator. It was his decision to restrict Beta's upbringing to her digital educators, the avatars of the Apollo database, while we were painted as her benefactors.
Well, we'll deal with him soon enough. And the others.
I would very much like to see his face when he realizes we've beaten him.
스탠리
When I was
첸.
in the ruins of Vegas, I found data on a man named Stanley Chen. I think he was a Zenith.
Stanley, ever the optimist. He was one of the good ones. When we established our colony, he built an exact replica of Las Vegas in virtual reality. Lights, shows, gambling, every detail perfectly recreated. And while others cloistered themselves in their own fantasies, he flung his doors wide to everyone.
The way you're talking about him, I'm guessing he didn't make it back to Earth.
No, he perished when our colony was destroyed. He would have been thrilled to discover that part of his beloved city survived.
When Beta escaped and hid in an ancient research facility, I saw another one of the Zeniths, Verbena. Who was she?
A dull star amidst a sea of brighter constellations. Unlike most of Far Zenith's members who amassed their wealth through shrewd business deals and technological achievements, Verbena inherited her billions. Her father had achieved great success in the luxury holotourism industry. At age 24, she became the world's most eligible bachelorette, branding herself a life designer. Someone who leverages their fame to influence the choice of others.
What, like a cult?
In a way, yes.
Well, she must have done something right to have survived this long.
She was her own brand of ruthless. That much is true. But even rats can cling to a vessel for escape.
능력은 별로 없었다는 거네.
Okay, so I've had run-ins with a handful of Zeniths. What about the rest?
An array of the wealthiest people on Earth. Titans of their industries.
And let me guess, all selfish and ruthless to the core?
Most, but not all. There were a few with whom I got along. Annika Murjani, for instance, was always delightful. She founded the Holonet's most successful dance channel and was herself mesmerizing to watch. And I had fascinating discussions with Song Jiao about her work in cellular biology. Our immortality treatments are due in part to her achievements. But then there were others like Devin Miller, the CEO of a fast food printing corporation. His only real preoccupations were perfecting his golf swing and taking self-hollows. When I think about all of us, we really should have accomplished more. We had eternity.
오케이.
Okay. I'll let you know when it's time.
I'll be here until then. And thank you, Aloy, for giving me this chance. My past has always been a struggle. More than once I've lost everything. But when I look to the future, I see Liz's dream fulfilled. A universe of new possibilities.
Maybe we can make it happen.
We will. I won't let anything get in the way. I promise you that.
자, 이제 마지막 코탈로. 여기 있네. 여긴 뭐야?
I see you've got your new arm ready to go.
아,
Yes. It still feels strange. I've gotten used to the absence, but no matter.
입을 안 였는데요?
I'm sure I will need it before the attack on the Zenith base is through.
입을 뻥끗도 안 하는데?
Haven't seen you since the battle at the Grove. How are you holding up?
I saw you fly on the wings of the Ten, and paralyze Regala's army with lightning. I would say that I am inspired.
Thank you, I guess.
It is I who should be thanking you.
Did you meet Tilda?
There is something about her that doesn't seem natural. I wouldn't be surprised if my sword went through her and she didn't bleed at all.
Honestly, with her, nothing would surprise me.
에일로이도 잘 몰라? 제니스가 어떤 사람인지.
Your people keep mentioning the wings of the Ten. What exactly does it mean?
The visions tell us that the Ten flew on great metal machines with wings and leapt into battle from the sky for us. To imitate this feat is the ultimate expression of martial prowess. It is why the challengers leap into the arena during the Kulrut. And now, you have done it.
핵이 말하는 것 같은데.
Like the deeds of the Ten themselves, it will never be forgotten. So, tell me, how did it feel?
I won't lie. Pretty good.
I can only imagine.
나중에 너네도 하나씩 줄게.
Things will get ugly once the Zeniths realize we're in their base. You'll need every trick you've ever learned.
I would have it no other way. Many soldiers died in the old world to make sure we stood here today. We will endure on their behalf. Though, I am curious how you intend to defeat the Zenith's defenses without an army of our own.
Leave that to me. Just make sure you're ready to fight.
As you say, you have more than earned my trust.
Look, I know you're probably not happy about keeping Regala around, but I want her on our side when we fight the Zeniths.
It is more than she deserves. Even so, I will not question your judgment.
Thank you, Kotallo.
끝까지 살아남으려나? 레갈라는 마지막 전투에서?
Anything new going on I should know about?
The Quen has been more insistent than usual, asking about the visions at the Grove. Her pursuit of knowledge is relentless. The Ten would have a hard time fighting her off.
Just think of her like one of your chaplains.
Yes, only more persistent.
Did Aaron tell you we found the people who gave Regala's rebels the power to override machines?
He told me of the battle. I suggested he etch this victory on his fighting arm with one of our inkers.
Is he going to do it?
He didn't say no.
오.
I have to go. But I'll be briefing everyone on the plan soon.
Understood.
자, 이제 마지막 배틀 준비를 합시다. 다 대화를 한 것 같고요. 뭐 제작 안 한 거 있으면 제작하고.
So,
시끄러 임마. 무기 강화 뭐 탄약 제작으로 일단 다 만들어 놓고 빠짐없이 자원이 충분하니까. 함정, 오, 왜 이렇게 많이 만들 수 있지, 함정을? 재료가 없네?
You return.
재료가 없다고? What?
Just you wait, Varl. We're taking those space lugs.
이상하네. 재료가 없을 리가 없는데. 들고 있는 게 모자란 건가? 재료가 없을 리가 없는데. 들고 있던 게 모자란 것 같아요. 이건 봤었고, 이건 뭐지?
Focus.
아, 발의 포커스.
It's Varl's. I used to think no Nora would ever accept one. But Varl did. Even when he was overwhelmed. He refused to let me push him away.
에휴, 바를이 참. 자, 시간은 이 정도면 많이 충분히 썼고 진짜로 갑시다. 간다.
Okay. Maybe it's time to get everyone together so Tilda can brief us. But is
배경
there
좀
anything I
바꾸고.
should handle before that?
설원지대가 좋겠어. 근데 왠지 애들 다 불러오면은 배경이 사라질 것 같은데. 거 봐, 사라지잖아. 역시 바로 사라지는구만.
I need you up in the control room right away. Okay, everyone. We all know what's at stake. Beta, Gaia. Not to mention life on Earth. Now, it might seem like the Zeniths are invincible, but they're not. We've got what it takes to break into their base and defeat them. We even have one of them on our side. Tilda, show us the base.
It is constructed atop the ruins of an ancient military facility on an island to the southwest. I can get us inside. To this location. Undetected.
How exactly?
You'll know when you need to. Once inside, our goal will be this structure. The launch tower. Gaia and Beta are being held at the top. But along the way, we will face overwhelming resistance. Most importantly from Gerard, Eric, and the others. But also...
Once I take away their shields, we should be able to deal with them. But it will be easier to deploy the device if someone else is carrying it. I'll need a strong back.
Carry stuff? Yeah, I can do that.
으, 지가 좀 나르지
Even if
진짜.
your
아유.
device works, there will still be Spectre drones, scores of them.
If only we had an army to fight them.
I've got that under control. You'll know when you need to. All right. We'll meet up again just before we go in. Where's the best place to rendezvous?
On the coast, just across from the island. Once there, I'll show you the way.
Okay. I'll let you know when I arrive at the rendezvous point. And then you can join me. In the meantime, do whatever you need to prepare. Understood?
뭘 레갈라도 있었네.
You two? A minute? Tilda helped me get in touch with Beta, and she told me something important. There's an installation inside the base. It's called a regulator. Here. Once we're inside, I need you two to split off from everyone else and destroy it. So you'll have to bring explosives. This will help stop the drones. Everything depends on it. You with me? After that, I want you to find a way to infiltrate the Zenith network.
How?
Go over all the data that Beta left behind. She knew how to do it, I'm sure of that.
All right. But why? What am I trying to do?
Find information about the Zeniths. Anything Tilda's not telling us. Silence is right about one thing. There's no way we can take her on her word.
I'll do my best.
Keep her safe, okay?
On my life.
둘이 잘 됐으면 좋겠다. 동료들과 대화하기가 한 번 더 있네. 이번 아니면 대화할 기회가 없으니까 더 있는지 한번 볼게요.
Remember, we need to get Silence Weapon to the Zenith base intact.
We're finally doing this.
Never thought I'd be off on a mission to take down a bunch of immortals from the stars. I can hear the drinking songs already.
If that one's not working right, you can have one of my spare focuses, you know.
Yeah, little bugger's got some personality, that's all. You just saved my butt a couple of times now. It wouldn't feel right to leave it behind. You know, besides, it goes with my outfit.
Wouldn't want to spoil your look. Varl made the right call,
대화만 1시간 하네.
bringing you here.
Thanks. Yeah, Varl. You know, I never knew he had a sister. I found out a few days before you guys went to Gemini. I was, well, to be honest, I was terrified I'd screw up the mission somehow. So he sat me down for a drink. Just one, mind you. And we talked about family. Vala, Ursa, loss and revenge. How you helped us.
You know, we never did get that drink you promised back in the Embrace. And you never told me exactly how your sister escaped the Mad Sun King.
I guess we never got around to it. World ending and all. No time like the present, though. If you're up for it.
그래, 한잔해.
You think it's time for us to finally have that drink?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, of course. Oh.
술이 없잖아. 술 가져와 임마.
So, how did Ursa escape Mad Sun King Jiran's palace?
Well, first she had to survive the Sun Ring. See, during the war, the Karja threw a prisoner a day in there. And, you know, for what? To die as sacrifices, fighting machines in a pit. Thinking somehow that was gonna appease all the other deranged machines in the world? Ha! And when it was Ursa's turn, the Karja thought she'd go down if they threw a big machine at her.
Oh, but she didn't.
And she defeated all of them. Even got some of Jiran's kestrels for good measure. And the Mad Sun King was impressed, I guess. Thought it'd be funny to have her run around his palace as a servant. He enjoyed humiliating her that way.
you telling me something about that? That's how she met Avad. He helped her escape.
Yeah, but what no Karja scroll will ever tell you is how the young prince snuck Ursa out of the palace. He knew their best chance was to get Ursa to blend in, so he got her everything she needed to disguise herself as a Karja noblewoman. Yeah, perfumes, veils, and all.
I get the feeling she wasn't too happy with that.
Oh man, Ursa would have rather fought her way out of that palace with her bare hands than put on all of that Karja eye paint. But Avad insisted it was the only way, so she agreed under one condition. Avad had to dress up as well.
She made Avad dress up like a noblewoman?
As perfumed and powdered as a babe. Ursa said he looked better like that than he ever did in a crown.
That would, definitely make for an interesting sight.
Oh, it worked like a charm, too. Not only did they make it out of the palace, they paid a traveling merchant to get Ursa to the border, and none were the wiser.
한 잔 더 해? 아, 이것까지?
You were right. That was a story best told over a drink.
All good stories are.
잘 들었습니다.
I guess I should get going.
I'll see you at the rendezvous point, with my hammer ready.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
근데 에렌드는 무슨 토르도 아니고 망치에 번개가 발라 있더라고요. 번개 망치야, 쟤는.
I hope everybody's ready for this. Fighting the Zeniths isn't going to be easy.
Aloy, nothing you do ever is. At least now you don't have to do it alone.
Thanks. Everyone here, training, working together. If it weren't for Varl, none of it would have happened.
You know, there was this one night, right before Varl left with you to go to Gemini. He realized I was having trouble sleeping. I was nervous about the mission. To be honest, I think we both were. So, he asked me to join him in Gaia's dome. He brought up this hologram of Earth that you two found back in the Zenith launch facility. We sat there, just looking at it. I thought about how Plainsong was just a speck on that great sphere. How every corner of it must be teeming with life. And any fears I had about our mission were gone. I miss him terribly.
I know. You and Aaron seem to be on better terms now.
He may have terrible taste in music, but he did apologize for mocking my tribe. And that ale he keeps raving about isn't half bad. I still plan on beating that stubborn face of his to break our sparring stalemate.
Try not to hurt him too bad. I should go. I'll let you know when I'm ready to head to the base.
Before you do, there is one favor I would ask of you.
뭐?
What is it?
You placed this focus in my care, and gave me the highest calling an Utaru has ever known. If I should fall in battle, I'd like you to be the one to bury my seed pouch. For the both of us.
So,
Make sure you stay alive to do so.
let's just try to all come back home.
아무도 안 죽을 거야. 나 무슨 퀘스트 주나 있네.
Welcome back, Aloy. Would you like to continue our chat?
나얘 뭔 땅이 없네요.
I should be going.
I'll be making final preparations.
뭐야, 대화 있는 줄 알고 왔더니만. 그래도 좀 달라. 얼굴이 좀 달라요. 대화를 거의 때랑 그냥이랑 좀 달라요. 물론 에일로이도 약간 다르긴 한데 더 다른 느낌이 납니다. 눈도 좀 삐뚤어졌고. 눈은 왜 그렇게 또?
I believe Regala and your Tanakh friend have been.
Aloy.
할 말 있어?
Yes.
없네.
I'm done talking to you.
Very well.
딱히 별말 없네요. 얘도 추가된 게 있나 해서 와봤는데 없고. 알바.
You nervous?
I'd be lying if I said I'm not slightly apprehensive.
The plan will work if we all focus on our assignments.
Right.
The rest of us should be enough of a distraction to the Zeniths for you to hack into their network undetected. But you'll have to be quick, in case they do.
What exactly do you expect me to find, Aloy?
I don't know. The truth, if we're lucky. Once all this is over, will you go back across the ocean?
I don't know. The more I think about it, the more worried I become. If I go back, I don't even know if they'd let me keep this focus you gave me, or what they'd do to me for reading what is clearly forbidden data. Even if I somehow were allowed to carry on my duties as a diviner, would I be willing to let the truths I've learned about the ancestors be buried away by the Board of Overseers? Would I dare challenge them and risk my family's safety? Or losing Federa?
Who's this Federa you mentioned?
She is another diviner. One of our best. We used to be rivals at the academy. I hated her guts. But apparently there's a fine line between hate and love. We became very close, and then I was assigned to the expedition. She promised she'd wait for me, no matter how long it took.
Well, that was smart of her. She won't do any better.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I do.
페데라도 여자잖아. 아 이게 여여 커플이 이렇게 많아
I
게임에.
want you to know I'm
여여 커플
glad
진짜
you're
많네.
for Silva.
Whatever happens, I'm grateful
은근히
that the
파면
light
팔수록
is
점점
blessed.
여자
I
커플이
never
계속
thought I'd
나오네.
get to actually meet an ancestor.
Come on, do I look that old? Katala will protect you inside the Zenith base.
I'm not afraid. I know Katalo will fulfill his duty, as will I. If we die doing so, at least it'll be alongside a friend.
I'd rather you both stay alive, if you don't mind.
We'll try and keep that in mind.
I need to get going.
I'll be at the rendezvous point. May truth lead us to victory.
뭐 넣든지 안 넣든지 뭐 사실 그렇게 막 이야기에 막 중요한 부분이 아니라서 뭐 크게 상관은 없긴 한데 뭔가 의도적으로 좀 넣었다는 느낌이 드니까 좀 그렇네요. 뭔가 의도적으로 좀 껴넣은 느낌이 들어요.
So, how are we feeling about the mission?
I do not know everything that you have planned, but it doesn't matter. All that remains is to follow you to the end, whatever that will be.
Thank you, Katalo. I'm glad all this brought us together.
You brought us together, and I am grateful too. Oh, and by the way, I was hoping now would be a good time to go back to the Tremor Tusk site and test my new arm before we leave on our mission.
Right. I'll let you know when I can make my way there.
어?
Thank you.
Now that training time is over, what's on your mind?
The Bulwark, the Kulrut, and how we need another miracle if we're to survive the Zenith base.
I'll try not to let you down.
I know you will not.
We didn't really get to talk about what happened at Gemini.
There was nothing more to say. If he were to Nocth, Varl's bravery would have earned him sacred burial at the Grove, among the most distinguished of our tribe's warriors. His deeds were worthy of the Ten. When the fight is done, I will have the Inkers etch his memory on my skin, so that it may live on.
I'm sure he'd be honored.
마음이 따뜻해 얘도.
I'll see you soon then.
It will be my honor.
처음에 봤을 땐 조금 밉상, 약간 밉상 느낌이었는데 보면 볼수록 참 마음이 따뜻한 애인 것 같아요. 코탈러도. 부족 자체가 약간 원시적인 느낌이 있어서 그렇지. 얘는 갱생이 되려나? 헤이.
What now?
없네요.
I need to be going.
Yes.
딱히 새로 추가된 대화는 없네. 근데 아까 코탈로가 그 뭐였지? 트레머터스크 지역에서 뭐 기다리겠다고 했는데 근데 이게 뭐 심부름 같은 거에 딱히 떠있지 않은 걸로 봐서는 그냥 말만 그렇게 한 건가? 말만 그렇게 한 것 같기도. 모닥불 찍어놨거든. 자, 다 와라. 이 지점 너머로 이동하면 특이점 퀘스트가 고정되며 해당 퀘스트를 완료하기 전까지는 오픈월드를 이용할 수 없습니다. 가자.
Okay, everyone. I'm at the rendezvous point. It's time to rescue Beta and Gaia.
Understood, Aloy. We're on our way.
아, 포션 가져올 걸. 포션을 깜빡했네. 포션이 지금 무기 스태미나로 돼 있는데.
Aloy,
오, 웬일
Where are the
1등.
others?
not far behind.
Egghead here couldn't stand traveling with the pack.
날아왔어.
Are we all here? Then let's begin.
가면은 꼭 쓰고 있어야 되냐, 레갈라는?
A tunnel.
An ancient escape route from the ruins on the island. When I realized it ran all the way across the water, I thought it might prove useful to come and go undetected. So I concealed it from the others. Shall we?
Shall we? 아이, 에렌드 불쌍해. 짐꾼이야.
I wish there was a less pungent way to get way inside the base.
Agreed.
냄새 나나 보다.
There's the launch tower. That plane offers a little cover, so the only viable path is through there. There will be specters guarding it, and many more can be deployed from those hangars.
All right. Alva, Catalo, get to it.
Where are they going?
Somewhere important. Erend, you're with me. You guys, take the high ground in case we need covering fire.
Tactically sound, I suppose. What will she do?
There's a sensor node nearby. If I hack into it, I should be able to scramble the network and keep you undetected. But not for long.
Then we should proceed.
사일렌스는
One
뭐해?
more thing. Open up the channel to Beta. Audio only.
Aloy,
We're here, and we're coming for you. You know what to do, right?
as long as you hold up your end.
We will. See you soon.
Be careful.
Let's go.
가자.
Get to the launch tower as quickly as possible. I'll do my best to conceal our intrusion.
Company. Follow my lead.
That's what I do.
스펙터 하나야? 하나야? 소린 둘인데, 둘이네. 이거 안 잡고 가도 되긴 하는데. 잡으면 좀 탄약 낭비긴 한데. 갑자기 돌아가자.
I think there's a cave up there that might get us through that ridge.
Let's climb up to it.
어디?
I'll follow you in.
동굴? 동굴 어디? 동굴이 어디야?
Pick it up if you need it. Live long, kill your enemies.
밑으로 내려가야 돼? 아닌가?
What's next?
You okay?
Yeah. I'll find a way back up.
아 여기 아니야? 아 미안. 여기 타면 안 되니? 이거 나이 거 오냐? 아, 안 되네. 이런. 이거 아니구나. 녀석. 잘못 왔구나.
Where'd you go?
다시 갈 거야. 너 어딘가 했어. 어디 말하는 거야? 여기로 이렇게 올라가야 되나?
Back or what?
Not seen us.
Machine will take a lot of damage from acid.
아, 잡고 가자 그냥. 아이씨.
Don't get that stuff on you.
I think you're right.
탄약 아까워가지고 그냥 가려고 했는데 아이씨 어디지 모르겠으니까 그럼 죽이고 편하게 가자. 어디 말하는 거야?
anything?
Yeah.
잠깐 혹시 제가 난이도를 낮춘 거 아니죠? 아 낮췄네. 아이씨 왜 이렇게 센가 했네. 아이 미안합니다. 왜 이렇게 센가 했네. 내가 이렇게 셌나 싶어가지고 순간 뭐야 했는데 이제 파밍할 때 좀 난이도 낮추고 해서 그냥 쉽게 하려고. 이쪽인가? 여기네.
What's in this backpack, metal bricks?
어쩐지 그냥 터지더라. 그냥 터지더라.
I wish I had a glider. I guess I'll find another way.
뭐해?
There's a lot of dead machines on this island.
We killed a great many when we landed here. Their salvage may prove useful to you now.
Another Spectre.
Sneak or fight, you choose.
아까처럼 그렇게 쉽게 터지지가 않을 텐데. 일단 여기 한 마리가 있고 더 있을 것 같은 예감이 드는데 없으면 뭐.
Aloy's under attack! Cover her!
Get the fuse in your eye.
그래도 충분히 세네. 잡을만 하네. 무기가 세서 충분히 잡을만 해요.
Any good loot?
A little.
킹만 해. 그 다음에 요거 다시 또 한번 쫙. 비싸네. 저렴하진 않아요.
Tired yet?
Yep. Yeah. Clear those weeds.
We're through.
I grab it if you need it. Here we go.
These Spectres are good sport!
We can take this one, Aloy! Keep moving!
그래.
That Stormbird carcass should get us over the gap.
I hate stormbirds. But I guess yeah, dead one. Hey, you remember the good old days when our only worry was whether Meridian would be destroyed? You know, instead of a whole world?
Oh yeah. Good times. Acid ammo could help you.
More
하나,
specters. I'll attack when you
둘, 셋. 세 마리. 저 위로 올라가서 가야 될 것 같은데. 이거를 몰래 갈.
Well, should we go for it, Aloy?
연막탄 쓰면서 가자.
Here, up this rock.
그냥 가도 되겠다. 그냥 가도 되겠다. 가자.
Keep moving.
Going as fast as we can. You all right?
뭐야? 순간 이동했어.
How many specters Zeniths have?
More than we want to fight at once, that's for sure. Looks like the others have things under control.
너무 떡하니 맞고 있는디? 야, 쟤는 너희들 가서 뭐 싸우던가 해. 그치 그치.
Look at that thing fizzing away. That's the weak spot. And now the new time to hit it with plasma. I'll finish this.
얼렸다. 플라즈마 걸렸다. 산성 걸렸다. 전기 걸렸다.
Come on, up the slab.
좀 비켜줄래?
Aloy, Alva and I are in position.
Do it. Blow the regulator.
A moment while I ignite the charges.
Alva and Catalo did their job. Now it's Beta's turn.
Aloy? I think we're in trouble.
어우,
Whatever you plan to do to stop
저글링이야?
you better do it now.
I'm not doing anything. Beta will. She just needs a little time.
Time that we don't have.
Come on, Beta, come on, come on, come on.
What is that?
슬로터 스파인.
Our army.
I think you got their attention.
슬로터 계속 찍네. 썬더조도 있고.
Very clever. You had Beta inject Hephaestus into the base's printer matrix.
Which is faster and more powerful than any cauldron.
Now we can crank out machines to its heart's content.
사실 썬더조도 강제 전환 할 수 있는데 썬더조랑 슬로터 스파인도 강제 전환 할 수 있어요. 근데 한 번도 안 해봐서 그렇지.
Your maneuver, as clever as it is, means that Hephaestus has escaped containment.
뭐 하는 거야?
It will no doubt flee back to the cauldron network.
We grabbed it once, we'll get it again.
Or find a way to replicate its functionality, perhaps. The powered database.
엣지. 핫, 굿, 헛, 핫.
Aloy, in case we don't make it, I just have one request.
What is it?
We had to do all this
That
climbing.
big rock might give us a bridge to get up and through.
Gotcha.
I guess not all the specters are fighting our machines.
Ah, that'd have made it nice and easy.
마지막 보스전이 있으니까 탄약은 웬만하면 아끼는 게 좋을 텐데.
Acid will eat right through that metal.
몇 마리였죠 이게? 한 마리가 아니라 아마 세 마리 밑에도 있는 것 같은데?
It's here when you want.
잠깐만,
This'll help.
두 마리인가? 아, 이거 탄약 쓰고 싶지 않은데. 이 강제 전환은 안 되고 강전되면 참 좋을 텐데. 어차피 저쪽으로 돌아가야겠네요. 이쪽은 못 가겠다. 길이 없어.
What are we waiting for?
뭘 기다리기는 쟤네가 빠지게 기다리는 거지.
Zoe and Baldy are fighting another Spectre up there.
I think they can handle it.
지금이야.
Big jump.
I think we got through without being seen.
뭐야 어떻게 왔냐 너? 뭐야? 임자식 너 어떻게 왔어 흘로?
Now to the left.
You can get to the launch tower through the hangar up ahead. I'm heading over to join you now. The hangar's in bad shape, but I can see the way in. Hurry, Aloy.
Another
안
one.
돼.
By the blood of the ten!
Here we go.
That's all over it.
오 레갈라 도와준다. 레갈라 잡아 이 레갈라. 화염 데미지 플라즈마 데미지 플라즈마
Good work, everyone.
한 대도 안 맞았다 아직. 좀 먹고요. 하나 더 만들고 다시 가는 길에 재료는 좀 주는 것 같으니까. 아 이게 있어야 되는데 이 뭐지? 이 강화자원이 아니라 이거 휘발성 끈끈이가 좀 들어와야 되는데 이게 정예 탄약 만드는데 필요해서 이게 이거 만들 때도 필요하고 정밀화살 화살에도 들어가고 여기에도 들어가서 이게 좀 들어와야 되는데요. 이게 제일 중요해 지금. 혹시 모르니까 가져갈까? 혹시 한 마리 더 나올까? 여기 혹시라도 한 마리 더 나오면 이걸로 녹이자. 안 나올 것 같긴 한데. 그래 수고야. 응. 고생이 많어 다들.
Whoa. Look at all this zenith
안 나오나?
space stuff.
안 나오나 보다.
Come on, let's go.
This way, demon!
오.
This is the death I was promised. Go!
아, 결국 이렇게 죽네요 레갈라가. 아, 혹시 살아남나 했는데 끝까지. 내가 그 자리에서 죽이지 않았어도 이렇게 죽을 운명이었네. 쟤는 마지막에 결국 죽네.
At least she died on her own terms.
아, 좀 아쉽다. 마지막에 뭔가 더 다른 얘기가 있을까 했는데. 근데 그러자면은 이제 선택에 따라서 레갈라를 죽일 수도 있고 살릴 수도 있잖아요. 지금 애초에 제가 초회차 때는 죽였으니까. 그러면 좀 이제 좀 복잡해지니까 그냥 죽이는 것 같아요. 편의상. 만약 여기서 계속 엔딩 때까지 만약에 살렸으면은 내용이 복잡해질 수 있으니까 그냥 레갈라를 살리던 죽이던 어쨌든 죽는 방향으로 해서 통일시키는 것 같습니다. 혹시라도 DLC 나오면 또 복잡해지니까 또. 제라드.
Ah, now we know who's been causing all the fuss. Tilda's little pet.
Silence. Zenith inbound. Can we drop their shields, please?
I'm powering it up. Stay still.
This is pointless. You can't hurt us. Face it, you're worms that ooze through the cracks into our basement.
Silence.
One moment more.
But I might just spare you if you give up Tilda. I think it's safe to say she's forfeited her share of our operation. Permanently.
There.
No? Nothing? Fine. All right, people. Light 'em up!
간다. 뿡.
Are we supposed to be scared?
무장 해제. 런.
We can't let Gerard escape. It won't take long before he preps the shuttle for launch. Then he'll be able to take Beta and Gaia into orbit and onto the Odyssey beyond our reach.
We gotta go through there?
I failed to see another option.
Then we'll carve a path. Ready?
Get to the top and secure Gaia. I'll stop Gerard.
I gotta get to the top of the tower and free Beta.
제라드랑 끝까지 못 싸우는 게 좀 아쉬운데. 제라드가 보스전이 없어요.
We're okay. As long as all the hurries. I'm almost into the network.
Just do the best you can.
이건 뭐야? 작동을 안 하네. 간다.
An elevator. Promising.
You got some unfinished business, little girl.
영감님.
I don't need a shield to take you out.
Trust me, you're gonna wish you had one.
I wish I could bring you with me.
오호, 전기가 안 망고? 형, 너 전기 약점 아니냐? 아, 빈결이구나. 빈결이었구나. 알았어, 맞춰줄게. 맞을만한데? 플라즈마라던가. 플라즈마 터져요. 오, 오히려 좋아. 아우.
I can't let him catch me.
We were made.
Not much without your shield, are ya? Take that!
아파요? 아프세요? 이번엔 불태워 줄게요. 화염이 더 좋네. 화염 약tum이 더 잘 먹힘. 뭐해 거기서? 일로 와. 오호 안돼 플라즈마. 아. 에헤. 졸렬하게 싸워야지 뭐. 근접으로 싸우고 싶은데 얘가 근접으로는 말이 안 통해서. 말이 안 통해. 대화가 안 돼 이놈은. 어디 있니? 오, 깜놀. 깜놀.
Aloy, are you there? I'm on my way to help.
깜놀.
Just need to find my way in there.
딱대. 헤헤. 멍충 멍충 멍충. 아, 딱 쏘기 좋은 자리에. 그러니까 화염 저항을 좀 올리셨어야죠. 응? 뭐 기분 좋은가 봐. 화염 저항을 올리셨어야죠. 현질이 좀 더 하고 오시지. 응? 안 만들어도 되겠다. 쉿. 쫓아오지 마. Yeah, I know.
He's almost down.
오. 더 맞으면 터짐.
Just a little more.
야. 아우. 웃어? 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 웃어?
I almost forgot what it was like to hurt.
야. 김어치.
Now we're having fun, right?
얘네 피가 빨간색이 아니야. 그리고 얼마나 인체에다가 이상한 짓을 많이 했으면
You okay?
빨간 피가 아니에요 이게.
In time. Go.
방금 봤을 때 투명한 거 아니면 약간 초록색 피였던 것 같은데. 화염은 다 썼지만 뭐 나머지 탄약으로 잡으면 되니까. 물약이 에반데? 잠깐만. 나 물약 어떡하냐? 올라가면 주겠지?
Looks like the machines and specters have almost wiped each other out.
딱 14개인데 지금?
What was that?
Aloy, Gerard just activated the self-destruct failsafe on the printing matrix. He's taking control of a number of systems.
Including the lift?
I'm afraid so. He's restricted its access to the top. You'll have to climb from there. I have to go. I almost have.
약초 좀 줘, 약초.
Is everyone all right down there?
Mostly. We're cleaning up the last few specters.
What about the Zeniths?
Dead, I think. Zoe told me you got Eric. Good work.
Yeah. Thanks.
여기서 다 먹어버릴게요.
Only Tilda and Gerard are left then.
Aloy, you there? Listen, I got into the network, but only for a minute before I was shut off.
포션 여기 있을 거야.
I found a bunch of flight plans and trajectories, as if the Zeniths were planning to leave Earth.
Doesn't make any sense.
I know, but there's more. The files I found have a lot of references to something called Nemesis. Whatever it is, the Zeniths are afraid of it.
Alva? Alva! What's going on here? Maybe Beta can help me figure it out.
네메시스.
If she's okay.
잠깐만, 물약 안 주나 혹시? 노 포션? 포션 좀 주시면 안 될까요? 안 될까요? 포션 3개만 주면 안 될까요? 체력 포션? 제발. 이럴 거면 뭐하러 먹었지? 체력 포션 자리 비워둔 건데 괜히 설레 받쳐서 먹었나? 뭐해? 제발. 오케이, 2개. 하나만 더 줘. 하나만 더 줘. 안 주네. 씨.
Are you okay? Look, I know you've been through a lot, but you have to help me access the Zenith network. I need to see their files, anything referring to the word Nemesis. Okay.
오케이.
Over there. The systems are down all over the base. I should be able to take advantage of... Yes, Nemesis. Here. There's something in deep space. It's following the Zeniths to Earth. Look. Escape vectors. Alva tried to warn me about this. The Zeniths aren't planning to stay here. It's a machine of some kind. Or a swarm of them. The energy readings are astronomical. Aloy, I don't think a natural disaster destroyed the Zenith colony on Sirius. This thing did. Earth isn't a new home for them. It's a way station. They're on the run.
What?
I see you've been busy.
And you've been lying. Nemesis, what is it?
It is us. The minds of Far Zenith. Or failed copies of them, anyway. Back on Sirius, some of my peers weren't satisfied with physical immortality. They wanted digital transcendence. A way to upload their minds into any form, organic or mechanical. Nemesis was a failed experiment to that effect. Abandoned, but never erased. An immense database of our memories, emotions, and prejudices left to fester.
And it destroyed your colony?
We didn't realize it had gained sentience until it broke containment. It had everything it needed from our memories. Security protocols, system specs, override codes. It hacked everything before we knew what hit us. Then it took over our printing facilities, allowing it to gain any machine form it needed to wipe us out.
But why?
Imagine being trapped alone for decades with only the twisted echoes of megalomaniacs for company. It hates us for abandoning it to that prison. And now that it's free, it will do anything to destroy us, including denying us a safe harbor on Earth.
The extinction signal that woke Hades. You didn't send it. Nemesis did.
Finally, you understand. And when that failed, it launched from Sirius to finish the job itself. which is why we must flee to a random planet circling a random star somewhere it can never find us.
With Gaia, so you can build yourself a new world.
That's the plan. Even now. Earth is finished, Aloy. Nemesis will scour it of life to deny its creators a viable home. But Elizabeth's dream won't die. You'll come with me to the stars. And with Gaia, we'll create a new world. Together. Where that monstrosity could never find us.
What? No.
No.
I loved Elizabeth. More than you could ever know. And I let her stay behind to die with the rest of humanity. A mistake I have regretted for 1,000 years. Now she stands before me again. Not some inferior copy, but her best possible self. So I'm not asking. You're coming with me.
No.
It may seem harsh now, but you'll forgive me in a few centuries.
You can't force me, Tilda. Your shield is gone.
I have something better. Spectre Prime, to me.
Spectre Prime. Optimus Prime.
Get to the door! Submit, Aloy. You can't win.
I've heard that before.
Optimus Prime.
Ask yourself why you're holding back.
Before I can do some.
자, 이제 봅시다. 이 시간을 안 줘. 이렇게 해서 도감은 다 채웠고요. 스펙터 프라임, 옵티머스 프라임. 약점이 산성과 플라즈마. 스펙터랑 똑같네요. 불은 폭발할 수 있다. 저장소. 그다음에 공성 박격포. 박격포 좀 위험하네. 박격포를 좀 부셨으면 좋겠는구만. 일단 펄스 캐논. 거의 좀 가슴 쪽에 좀 집중되어 있는 것 같은데. 대부분은. 제어 넥서스. 약점이네. 근데 이거 뭐 태그를 한 시간에 줄까? 태그 한 시간은 안 줄 것 같은데. 일단은 방어막. 잠깐 플라즈마로 일단은 아이 안 맞아 왜?
This specter was designed to survive against more than that.
아니 몇 번을 찍어요? 와, 저 빗나갔어. 무릎 쏴. 무릎 쏴.
I can target its gold plating. Much better.
I can endure. You cannot.
오씨. 아이 시간이 오래 걸린단 말이야. 이거 장전하는데.
Those gold plates are vulnerable. Powering up.
stones against the lightning.
우와.
You're not taking me, Tilda.
산성 다시. 아 에바야. 오토 힐.
I can endure. You cannot.
Nothing's fast.
무릎. 쏨. 무릎. 쏨. 야. 폭발 스트라이크.
I'll shut you down.
폭발. 뻥.
Soon we will be all that is left of the human race.
폭발 연속 사격. 간다. 잠깐만 기다려. 내가 너무 센 거 같아. 내가 너랑 놀기 너무 강해졌어. 너무 강해졌어. 뭐 투게더야. 투게더는 아이스크림이야. 내가 너무 강해졌다고. 헤이. 잘가. 너랑 싸우기엔 내가 너무 강해졌어. 먹을 수 있나? 오, 즉시 발화 확률 4%. 뭐 끝나는 마당에 뭐 이거 먹어서 뭐해? 죽었나?
She tried to take you. And she told you about Nemesis.
So you've known all along.
From Hades, yes. Along with data on how to circumvent the Zenith shields. Everything I did to create the rebel army was based on that knowledge. To reach this place, this moment.
하데스는 뭐 이렇게 모르는 게 없었어.
And you couldn't just tell me?
별거 다 알고 있었네.
Come now, Eloy. You're the last person to act sensibly in the face of impossible odds. When I learned of Nemesis from Hades, I saw the pieces on the board and how to play them. And in that same moment, I knew it was a game you would never play. That you would interfere and attempt to save the Tenakt. I was correct, to a point. You ruined my plans, but brought your own to fruition. The end result is the same. We're here. And now it's time for me to leave this doomed planet behind. To seize the Odyssey and the Apollo database. And begin a new chapter in my pursuit of knowledge. One with infinite possibilities. You can join me if you so desire. You've more than earned your place. Unlike Tilda, I'm extending a polite invitation.
You're going to just take off? And abandon everything? Stay. Help me fight that thing.
Perhaps Tilda didn't adequately define the threat. Nemesis can't be stopped. It destroyed a highly advanced Zenith colony in a matter of hours. What hope does this primitive tribal Earth have? If you brought Gaia, you wouldn't be abandoning life, you'd be saving a seed for a new world. Just as Elizabeth did. It's the choice she made. The sacrifice of all that is for the hope of what might be. If she were here in your place, she would board that shuttle, Aloy.
Found her.
Is she hurt?
Still on her feet.
Thank the 10.
Goodbye, Silence.
천년만년 살 것도 아니고.
She looks okay.
She looks victorious.
별로 안 맞았어 생각보다.
As always.
Aloy. You did it.
내 복제 인간이 나를 끌어안으면 무슨 생각이 들지 좀 궁금하네요. 나랑 똑같이 생긴 애가 갑자기 막 날 끌어안아. 기분이 묘할 것 같은데.
Hey, where's he going?
As far away as anyone can go.
Oh. Are you sure?
You're staying.
For a time. You people are going to need all of the help you can get.
Does anyone else need a drink?
Not if it's that ale of yours.
I'd be fine with a nap.
Excellent idea.
I hope it's really over this time.
끝이 아니라 새로운 시작인데 이게 사실상 재앙의 시작이지. 이게 진정한 재앙의 시작. 그래서 아마 이제 네메시스랑 싸우는 게 이제 호라이즌 3부작 마지막 편의 내용이 될 거고요. 아마도 단순히 그냥 기계랑만 싸우진 않을 것 같고 또 거기에 연관된 여러 인간들과의 좀 다툼도 있지 않을까.
There's another battle ahead, Elizabeth. Very different than the one you fought.
후속작이 나오면은 이제 이번 편에 나왔던 등장 인물들도 아마 다 등장할 것 같아요. 베타는 당연하고. 제로던에 나왔던 애들이 여기서 나왔으니까. 사실상 가이어는 거의 완전체 됐고 이제. 또 생각해 보면은 헤파이스토스를 가지고 있으니까. 약간 기계 전쟁의 느낌으로 가지 않을까 싶은데. 기계끼리 전쟁하는 느낌.
The ingenuity to solve any problem. Courage to overcome any obstacle. And the resilience to rise after any setback. As for me, I can't say I'm not afraid. What lies ahead will be harder than anything we've faced before. But I know I can put the fear aside. Because for the first time in my life, I feel like I'm not alone.
아, 2개가 빠졌네. 호라이즌 포비든 웨스트였습니다. 스킵. 아, 이것도 스킵 안 돼? 스킵해. 스킵해. 그러면은 뭐야, 여기 밝아. 이제 남은 거 할 수 있다고 하는데, 이 이후에 제가 한번 대화를 해본 적이 없어서 엔딩 이후에 일단 스킵 포인트는 2개밖에 안 줬습니다. 나머지 8개는 어디 있을까? 자꾸 뭐야? 저거 자꾸 왜 떠? 혹시 뭐 새로운 퀘스트가 있나? 엔딩 이후에 할 수 있는 뭐 퀘스트나 뭐 이런 게 있나요? 아니면 역시나 내가 심부름을 다 안 하는 느낌인데? 자,
What are you up to? I'm getting a head start on looking for ways to temporarily stabilize the biosphere. We may not have Hephaestus, but I'm sure we can come up with something.
응? 헤파이스토스가 왜 없어? 다들 돌아갔나봐요? 다들 자기 집 갔나봐. 이제 더 이상 없네. 각자 살던 대로 갔나봐. 휑하다 되게. 휑하다 휑해. 휑해. 애들 아무도 없어. 가이아는 있겠지. 가이아는 있는데 애들 다 사라져가지고 횡하네.
Everything okay, Gaia?
Yes, it is good to be home. Although my heuristic matrix will take some time to reinitialize. I must ensure that all Zenith code has been purged from my systems.
Good idea. Take as long as you need.
그럼 만약에 엔딩 보기 전에 다른 퀘스트들을 안 했으면은 여기 뭐냐 동료들이랑 하는 퀘스트가 있잖아요. 그런 거를 안 했으면은 여기 남아 있으려나? 퀘스트를 다 끝내버려가지고 없는 건지. 진짜 아무도 없네. 한 명도 없네. 지하실에서 추가 파티하니? 혹시 나 빼고 지하실에서 파티하고 있는 거 아니야? 이 녀석들. 아닌가? 녀석들. 아니네. 그럼 만날 방법이 없나요, 이제? 더 이상 만날 수 있는 방법이 없나? 어디 있는지 뭐 예상이 되는 곳은 코탈로가 일단 여기 있지 않을까 일단 싶으니까 가보죠. 기념나무의 숲으로. 코탈로가 여기 아니면 어디 갈 데가 있나? 자기 집인데?
Moments later,
전쟁 사진인데?
filled with lights. Aloy, I was just telling Cavo how you revealed the visions after Regala's attack on the coal route.
I've always wondered what Chief Icaro saw and heard the day he conquered the Grove. Now we know.
I'm sorry you don't get to see it too.
It's okay. I know a chaplain who was there.
The deeds of the Ten have always inspired us in battle. Now they will guide us towards peace as well. All thanks to you, Aloy.
코탈로 못 봤니?
Tired of all this infighting.
여기 있다.
Here I am, with the tribe again. Thank you for helping me with my new arm. The other Tanakh look at my new arm with apprehension. I like it. My new arm is strong, but I don't always need it.
이게 뭐 딱히 뭐 그냥 지나가는 NPC 말하는 것처럼 이렇게만 처리가 되네.
Thank you for helping me with my new arm.
뭐 다들 어딘가 있겠죠. 이런 식으로. 뭔가 엔딩 보고 나니까 뭔가 남이 되는 느낌이네. 그렇습니다. 여기까지가 이제 호라이즌 포비든 웨스트였고요. 파밍을 열심히는 아니지만 그래도 꽤 해서 그런지 무기도 이제 2개나 풀강으로 맞추고 그래서 그런지 되게 생각보다 손쉽게 깼습니다. 손쉽게. 오히려 초회차에서 제가 사이드 안 하고 그냥 메인만 밀었을 때가 더 어려웠어요. 그때는 보통 난이도를 했었는데 확실히 장비빨이랑 레벨빨이 중요하다라는 게 좀 뼈저리게 느껴지는 게임이라고 생각이 돼요. 난이도 조절도 난이도 조절이지만 장비를 갖추면은 뭐 별로 그 난이도가 그렇게 중요하진 않은 것 같습니다. 같이 사진이나 찍을래? 야, 우리 같이 사진 찍을래? 사진 찍을래? 크레인 올리기. 안녕. 뭐야 이게. 넌 어디 봐? 자, 포비든 웨스트였습니다.